These two seniors are leaving a lasting impact on Sagu basketball. Both of these young men have enjoyed stellar careers in the purple and gold. They would each like to thank former Sagu head coach Jerry Boone and his wife for bringing them to Sagu. Now let's meet the seniors. Our first honoree is James Truck Ford. Ford is a psychology major from Houston, Texas. He is escorted by his girlfriend, Becky Hinojosa. A four-year letterman, James has dazzled the home crowd with his long-range shooting and toughness. He has scored 874 career points while hitting 133 pointers at an impressive 38%. Coach Boswick is most impressed with James' willingness to accept any role given to him. He has modeled strength and courage with a fearless nature that makes his coach smile. Boswick says James has shown great humility, toughness, faith, and leadership this season. If we need a big three, there's nobody that I trust more than James to rise to the occasion. He has been very unselfish and focused on doing anything to help this team with this season. He is a winner on the court and in life. Ladies and gentlemen, James Ford. Our second honoree is senior Nathaniel Deuce Ward. Deuce is an education major from Waco, Texas. He is escorted by his mother, Melissa Ward, grandmom Jeannie Anderson, and niece Gorian Anderson, and girlfriend. Ward transferred from the University of North Texas after his freshman season. During his three-year career at Sagu, Deuce has dominated the glass, collecting 748 career rebounds, leading the NAIA in 2010, averaging 12.3 rebounds per game. Whether it comes to dominating the boards or by way of a thunderous dunk, Deuce has kept fans on the edge of their seats over the past 3 seasons. Despite only having 3 seasons and 84 career games, Ward has reached 799 points and 748 rebounds for his career. His teammates appreciate his unselfish play and humility. Coach Boswick states the following: Deuce has faced the storm, and through the power of his Savior Jesus Christ, he has come one of the top Lions to ever wear the purple and gold. Through it all, he has grown in faith, maintained his courageous smile, and kept leading our team forward. Boswick says, I can't say enough how much I love both of these young men. Our staff and team is very proud of both of our seniors. They have led Sagu basketball to heights most felt were impossible. Please stand and once again show your appreciation for all of 3 of these Sagu seniors.
In Waxahachie, Texas. Today, the Lions played their final home game of the season against the College Wildcats. 7th-ranked Southwestern will clinch the Red River Athletics Conference with a win today, as well as an automatic berth in the NAIA National Tournament. A Wiley win will keep the Wildcats in contention for the 8th and final spot in the Red River Tournament. 2 teams with a lot on the line today in Game 2 of our doubleheader, coming up right here on Sagu Sports Live. And welcome here to the Schaefer Center. We're just about 10 minutes away from tip-off here of Game 2 of our doubleheader. in what could decide the Red River Athletic Conference. The magic number is 1. Explain what that means, Tim.
Magic number is 1. That means a SAGU win or an LSU Shreveport loss today. The Lions clinch the number 1 seed in the Red River Conference. They clinch an automatic berth to the NAIA National Tournament. The LSU Shreveport Pilots will be playing down in St. Thomas today against the St. Thomas Celts. We'll be trying to get updates in on that, but who cares about that? The most important thing is the Lions and Wildcats here in the Schaefer Center today, duking it out, like you said, for a very important game. Wildcats currently clinging to the 8th spot by 1 game. They're trying to fight their way into this tournament, while the Lions are just trying to fight their way into the one after that already.
That's right, and what you want to do at this point in the season is control your own destiny, and the Lions have earned that right. The last 6-8 weeks have gone on a 16-0 run, undefeated since like December 13th, I think it was, their last loss. Still undefeated on the road, just 3 losses, 3 tough losses here at the Schaefer Center. So it's all you can ask for. It's set up to clinch the Red River here in Senior Day at the Schaefer Center.
Well, like I said, they've just won it in so many ways, in so many tough environments. Like I said, have not lost yet on the road. Playing tough teams here in the Schaefer Center, facing adversity, down by 10 with 5 minutes left against Langston. Playing a Arley Lake team bitterly to the end, hitting a 3 with 4 seconds left against Texas Wesleyan. This team has found a way to do it every single game, in and out, winning game after game, and that's what they've earned now. They've earned a chance to be 40 minutes away from the national tournament here on their home floor, chance to clinch it and cut the nets down in front of their home fans. That's exactly what they've earned, and that's what they're going to get to do today if they can finish it off.
And a few nights ago, we were scoreboard watching LSU Shreveport down. I think it was it Hawkins, Texas? Jarvis Christian Center took LSU into overtime, and somehow with 3 seconds left, Shreveport, the Pilots pulled it out a win, or else we'd already be talking about the Red River champions here at the Schaefer Center.
Well, let's go down to the court where Bianca is standing by with head coach Donnie Bostwick. Bianca, go ahead.
Thanks, guys. Now, Coach, the magic number went from 2 to now just 1. How have we been preparing to make sure that we pull out the win tonight so that it doesn't come to a winner-takes-all on Monday night against LSU?
Good question. You know, it starts just with the same things we always do, the little details. This team's really talented. Got a lot of depth, got some good shooters. They've been right there. They beat LSU early in the year. They really got a nice team. They beat us here last year, so it's going to be a battle.
Now, on Thursday night's game when Rambo fouled out, well, not quite fouled out, but 4 fouls in the second half, you had 2 seniors that really took initiative. They stepped up to the plate. What are you expecting from James Ford and Deuce Ward tonight?
You know, I tell everybody the same thing. Those guys are special young men, but we just want to do – everybody plays good basketball. It's a solid game. We know our group is big enough to beat most people, especially if we just keep trusting God and doing everything we can to bless him and honor him.
Thanks so much, Coach, and good luck in the last home game of the season.
Thanks,
Bianca Alarcon reporting live from the court. Rob and Tim, back to you.
There you have it. Thanks, Coach Beatles. Thanks, Bianca. And we'll be right back with some key players of the game on both sides of the ball club. Stay tuned. You're watching basketball on SAGU Sports Live. Wildcats come into this game at 15-13 overall, 9-11 in conference play, sitting in 8th place with just a 1-game lead over Langston. Who are some key players you see that can make a difference in tonight's ball club?
Well, I'm looking at the key players that lead in all 3 categories. Anthony Jackson leads the team with 17.5 points per game. Also leads the team with 3 assists a game. So I'm looking at him to kind of be the go-to guy for scoring and directing scoring. He leads the team in both those categories. Carlos Gary leads the team with 2 steals a game. That's going to be a huge factor. If they can force the Lions into errors, force them to turn the ball over too much, then they can have a good chance. Carlos Gary also averages 14.3 a game. And lastly, Joshua Wesley leads the team with 6.3 rebounds a game. Wiley is a very good rebounding squad, and Joshua Wesley turns in at 6'6". He's one of their big men, and they're going to have their bigs come in and have a nice night, pulling down the boards, getting second chance opportunities, and limiting the Lions' second chance opportunities. Who do you have for the Lions here in this last home game?
3 of the top 3 scorers for the Wildcats are guards. 4 of the top 5 are guards. So I'm going to have to go on the opposite side of things. Number one, Dominic Rambo. He's been our key player all season long. I've been saying it. He's the most important player on this ball club, so I'm going to call him out. He averages 19 a game, 4 rebounds a game. Also, the other 2 players, I'm going to go with the seniors tonight. It's senior night here at the Schaefer Center, and something about that last home game and an extra spark perhaps in the step of James Ford, a senior. Also, Deuce Ward. Ford averages 9 points, 2 rebounds a game, or 2 boards a game, 9 points, and Deuce Ward, 7 and 7 points and rebounds. Down a bit from the last couple years of rebounding, but I think he'll have a huge game to send this senior day off to a great memory in his history books.
Well, they're going to have to have a big game because they're going against a Wiley team, as you mentioned, fighting for the 8th spot. And these are 2 teams that statistically are not that far off. The Lions average 77 points a game. Wiley just a tick more than that at 79.5. Lions only give up 68 a game. Wiley, pretty good defense, 78 allowed. Rebounds, Lions again going up against a team who statistically better rebounder. 1 more rebound a game, just about 0.2 more offensive rebounds a game. So they're number 2 in the nation, while the Lions are number 3. Both teams just about even on fouls. Lions have an advantage on 3-pointers. Wiley not a very good 3-point shooting team. Turnovers, 1 difference. Blocks, 0.3 difference. So statistically, the only big difference in these teams is points allowed. The Lions allow 68, Wiley allows 78. So that's the only major difference straight down the board. The Lions were going to have to shut the Wildcats down on defense, and they have all year long. They took the high-scoring Saints on Thursday night, held on to about 38% shooting. That's where they've been holding everybody. They average 38% shooting on defense. Just a killer defense. Takes you down below your average no matter what you're doing. So that's what you guys see tonight is the Lions limiting them on defense.
Wildcats lead the all-time series 10-5. However, SAGU has won 2 of the last 3, including on January 24th, a close game, Tim. 74-72, the Lions escaped nearly having their first loss of the season on the road, but able to pull with a 2-point win. So 2 of the last 3, a tough win on the road, but still trailed the series 5-10.
Well, that game on the road was perhaps the biggest scare the Lions have had all year long. The Lions led with 6.5 minutes left by 10. Wiley went on a tear, and with 2.5 left, Wiley led by 2. So a huge turnaround. The Lions were able to fight back, have a 2-point lead. Eric Hunter for the Wildcats 3 was just off at the buzzer, and the Lions escaped with that win is right. And so they're going to have to, they have their hands full today. Wiley has something to play for. They have a reason to try to knock off the top team. And no one wants to be the team that you clinch the championship on, the regular season championship. No one wants that in their back pocket. No one wants to be featured in that highlight reel. So you better believe the Wildcats are going to be turning out tonight to try to spoil the Lions' victory dance here at home.
Another key thing to remember is the upperclassmen. There's only 1 freshman on this entire team, 0 sophomores, 6 juniors, and 6 seniors. So 12 out of the 13 players dressed tonight for the Wildcats are upperclassmen, so experience could also be a factor here tonight at the Schaefer Center.
It definitely is a factor. This is a team who's been here before. They've been fighting in the top 8 for the Red River Conference the past few years. You see the top 8 right there. SAGU, of course, 2-game lead on LSU Shreveport, so a win finishes it off. St. Thomas still has a chance to catch LSU Shreveport for that 2 spot, and they are facing off against them today. The other big game of the day, Jarvis against Langston. Langston, who's not on your screen there, they are a number 9 trying to catch Wiley, while Jarvis would clinch a tournament spot with the win. The top 5 teams have all clinched. 5 through 8 are still up in the air. So 2 big games there. We're trying to get updates on those. And obviously, Our Lady Lake already done playing for the season. Texas College pretty much locked into that 4 spot. So if the season ended today, that's the way things would look. And the season doesn't not have much more to go, just tonight and Monday left for the Lions.
Look at this as you look at the standings here on your screen. 5 of the top 8 teams in the Red River are either receiving votes or ranked. As you see, there's 7 SAGU, 19 LSU. 3 teams receiving votes. That is no small feat for a conference. Now, if you look at these standings and they stay just the same, then tonight's game against Wiley is a preview of what will be game 1 on March 1st, right at the same floor here at the Schaefer Center. Technically not a home game, but in reality, a home game for the Lions.
Yeah, it worked out the same way last year. Lions played their final game against St. Thomas, opened against St. Thomas. So you have a chance of that right here. And I've been saying it for a while. You may never have the best team in the NAIA playing in the Red River Conference, but I would be afraid to play any of those top 8. Any of those 8 teams would have a chance against any team in the NAIA on any given night. So they are definitely a dangerous, dangerous conference. Well, like I said, only one game remains after this. It is at LSU Shreveport. If the Lions do not take care of work tonight, that will be the de facto regular season championship game. Obviously, we're hoping it's not. But if you are an alumni or SAGU fan in that area, be sure and check it out. The alumni is hosting a watch party as the Lions will take on the Pilots. That'll be at 7:30 at LSU Shreveport. Go to sagu.edu/alumni for more information on that. So you can either turn out and try to cheer the Lions on to a conference championship, or go ahead and wave the banner in our opponent's stadium. We'll see which one it is. And that'll be decided 40 game minutes away from right now. And like we said, this is what the Lions have earned. They've earned this opportunity. They've earned a chance to clinch on their home floor, and this is what you want. Your last game of the year in front of your fans, meaning this much. And here we go, just a minute away from tip-off for what essentially is the biggest game in program history. It's not necessarily
It really
against the biggest opponent, not necessarily against your biggest rival, but if you are able to pull off this win,
the biggest at stakes, absolutely.
yeah, the biggest stakes you've ever seen, one win away from the national tournament. The last time they made it in through the back door. They were the 7th seed in the Red River Conference, upset their way to the championship game where they lost to regular season champion Houston Baptist. They were the last seed in the NAIA National Tournament. If they make it this year, they will definitely not be the last seed. Well, we are just about ready to go down to courtside for a pregame prayer, national anthem, and starting lineups here on SAGU Sports Live. Stay tuned with us as the Lions look to clinch tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor God in prayer. Then remain standing and face the flag as we honor our nation with the singing of the national anthem, performed by the sibling trio, Anna, Will, and Luke Traylor from Wanna Grove Middle School. Father, we love you, we thank you, we praise you for everything that you have done in our lives. Father, I pray for these players and officials that you protect them from injury. God, I pray that they give you the glory for it, either way, win or lose. I pray that we can continue to live for you and serve you. Again, we love you, we thank you, and it's all in your name, Jesus. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see
by the dawn's early light
what so proudly we hailed
at the twilight's last gleaming,
whose broad stripes and bright stars
through the perilous fight
o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the starting lineups for the Wildcats of Wiley College. At forward, standing at 6'4", senior from Houston, Texas, number 1, Dominique Jones. At forward, standing at 6'3", junior from Kenton, Mississippi, number 5, Omar Travis. At guard, standing at 5'10", senior from Cecilia Island, Louisiana, number 11, Carlos Gary. At guard, standing at 5'8", junior from Austin, Texas, number 15, Anthony Jackson. And at forward, standing at 6'6", senior from Houston, Texas, number 33, Joshua Wesley. Head coach is Andre Payne. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for your Southwestern Lions. At guard, standing at 6 foot, junior from Hondo, Texas, number 2, Caleb Gentry. At guard, standing at 6 foot, senior from Victoria, Texas, number 11, James Ford. At forward, standing at 6'5", sophomore from Louisville, Texas, number 15, Mike Newellway. At guard, standing at 5'10", junior from Dallas, Texas, number 20, Dominique Rambo. And at center, standing at 6'5", senior from Waco, Texas, number 33, Deuce Ward.
Straight out of Diamond Style Productions.
Head coach for the Lions is Donnie Boswick, assisted by Garrett Jones and Kyle Tucker.
And it's time for tip-off here at the Schaefer Center. And getting the start tonight, James Ford in senior night is upon us, and Coach Boswick electing to give his senior guard the nod. Walter will come off the bench. And that's a class act, Tim. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, giving James Ford the reward for all his hard work. He's getting the start tonight. And again, it's not like you're starting a second-string player. We've always heard of this.
In 5 minutes, he'll be out anyway.
Well,
so.
line 1, line 2, and he has been a huge force.
His minutes will be about the same regardless.
Yeah, you've been a huge force on line 2 for the season. If you're watching the senior day presentation in between the two games, you heard Coach Boswick say, he's one of the most clutch three-point shooters out there. So James Ford, Deuce Ward get in their last 2 regular season home games. The Lions will try to clinch. Mike Newellway will face off against Joshua Wesley at midcourt, and it is stacked on the side of the line where the Lions are going to be shooting, expecting a quick play like they started off against Our Lady of the Lake.
3 seconds into the game, it was 2-0. Here we go. Tip back to Deuce Ward from Newellway. The Lions will have the first possession of this ball game. A drive to the hole, out to Gentry, up and under. Now Rambo spots up a 3, gives up to Gentry from the corner. Rebound Wildcats. Here comes Jackson at the elbow. Outlet to Ford. Up ahead to Gentry.
Up and under, just can't get it to fall.
Ford, the senior, can't get it to fall. Newellway gets a rebound, shot, and a foul. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair.
Dominic Jones gets called with the foul, and good offensive rebounding by the Lions. First James Ford, then Newellway, and it results in a trip to the line. Lions suffered mightily from the line on Thursday night. They had 53 free throw attempts against the Saints in a game that combined for 62 fouls. They only made 32 though. They missed 20 free throws in that game. Luckily it did not come back to bite them, but it very likely could have in that game.
First two good for New Elway. Off to a good start from the charity stripe. And the crowd active early. They'll be a factor tonight in this final home game of the season.
Gentry.
Not sure why, but a forward, Omar Travis, was bringing the ball up the court.
Good defense by the Lions, and Gentry knocks it out of bounds. Caleb Gentry, just a gritty, hard-fighting defender. If you are holding the ball, you are never safe. He will dive for it.
Up and under. Loose ball. Rambo comes away with it. Slides through over to Deuce Ward for three. High off the rim is Joshua Wesley. Alley-oop. Missed dunk. The crowd lets him hear it. Rambo slices through a pair of defenders. Out to Ford for three. Got it! James Ford, the senior, lights up the crowd, lights up the rim. 5-0, Southwestern.
Rambo found a way through the two defenders and then drew three onto him and just found a wide open James Ford.
At the free throw line.
No good.
Rambo in the open court. Rambo will try a three.
It's off.
Jackson will
just
come down in bounds. Yeah. Really impressed with Wesley's leaping ability. The 6'6" junior from Houston for the Wildcats. Just past the free throw line. Shot short. Strong rebound from the other senior, Deuce Ward.
And
up ahead to Newellaway. 7-0 Lions, and a quick timeout from head coach Andre Payne. Wants to talk it over, a 30-second timeout. And coach talking things over with Dominique Jones.
Well, I mean,
getting back late to guard Newellaway.
Well, just a great job by Newellaway of getting the ball inside, surrounded by three men, but just goes up strong and puts it in. I mean, he was very much surrounded, but he was able to go up and put it in. Lions storm out to a 7-0 lead. They are really hurting the Wildcats on defense, too. They are not allowing any clear shots. The best attempt the Wildcats had was the alley-oop attempt to Dominique Jones. He never got a full hand on the ball, though. And so the Wildcats are scoreless nearly 2.5 minutes into this one.
How about that shot from Ford? You had a feeling he was going to be letting him fly early, and he's on the mark with his first shot.
That's the effect of Dominic Rambo, too. Three defenders broke in to take him in.
And Ford with the steal. Rambo up ahead, loses the ball. They're going to say that he lost it. I thought they might call a tip out of bounds on Travis, but Rambo, an uncharacteristic turnover in transition, will give the ball back to Wiley.
And that's almost thrown out of bounds.
Jones able to keep it in bounds in the vicinity. On up ahead to Gary. Strong move inside. Shot, look, and here's Wesley again. Power move. Slides to his right. Lays it over the rim. Wiley's on the board. Ford, another three. That one a bit strong. Here comes Jackson. Driving the lane, baseline, Carlos Gary.
Good job by Rambo just to force the loose ball. It goes out of bounds. Wildcats quick up the court though, so plenty of time left on the shot clock.
Forward on Jones. Inside to Wesley.
Good defense by Mike Newellaway.
Great body control from Newellaway. Shadowing Wesley. Gentry over to Ward near the free throw line. Inside pass, now back out. Ward was looking for Ford in the corner. Wildcats try to cut into this 7-2 lead. Jones over Ford. On the mark, Dominique Jones, a senior from Houston, Texas, cuts the lead to 3.
Facing a strong defense, too. Some great shot by Jones.
Alley-oop.
There you go.
Power dunk from Rambo Noelaway. We've seen that connection before, and it strikes again.
That is just on the drawing board all the time, and it works like clockwork every time. Rambo with the awareness sees Noelaway open, and that has just become commonplace here in the Schaefer Center. 3 is no good, and Gentry with the rebound.
Lions like to run. Gentry will shoot that 3 if he's got it. Ford gives it up for Rambo. For 3, the Rainbow, in and out. Noelaway offensive board. Rambo wide open, another one. That one's on the mark.
Not gonna miss 2 in a row.
He does not miss 2 in a row often, Tim.
Not when he's that wide open. He missed the first one wide open. He is not gonna miss that one when he's given that long to shoot. Timeout called by Wiley. The Lions have stormed out to a 12-4 lead. All right, let's go courtside now where Jessica Price is standing by. Jessica, over to you.
Hey guys, I'm here with Randy Jordan, a devoted fan. Tonight's a big night for you. I hear you're going to be one of the lucky gentlemen participating in the Mr. Wonderful fundraiser. Tell us a little bit about what that is and what the money's going towards.
Mr. Wonderful is a date auction where the girls of SAGU campus get to vote on the guys of SAGU campus, and all the money goes towards missions.
All right, are you nervous at all about going up against Rambo? Heard he's in that thing too.
I'm pretty nervous, but I have a great plan in order to beat him.
All right. Well, tonight, 6 p.m., Student Center. Ladies, go pick out your Mr. Wonderful. Thank you. Back to you, Rob and Tim.
All right, thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Mr. Randy. As play is resumed here in the Schaefer Center. 12-4, your score. Lions up. And it looks like stepped out of bounds. Carlos Gary, the senior from Sicily Island, Louisiana, commits the turnover. And into the game checked 5 new players, Tim, for the Lions.
Adoy, Guidry, Oglesby, Alford, and Jonathan Walter stepping into the game. 5 minutes in, right on cue. Guidry keeps that one.
Guidry looking inside. Alford wasn't ready for it. Now Walter with 16 on the shot clock, plenty of time. We're gonna look inside to Alford if he's there. Now here Adoy's cutting. Guidry can shoot the 3. So can Oglesby from the baseline. Drains it! Maurice Oglesby puts the Lions up by 11.
Defense by Wiley was stout the whole time, but the Lions just kept on circling in and out until they finally got an open look, and they got it. Adoy with the rebound. He'll dribble out, facing against Dominic Jones. He needs some help. He gets it.
Guidry drives to the paint. The shot no good.
Alford
scramble for the ball. Now finally out of bounds, and they're going to say that Ryan Alford touched the ball last, and the crowd saw it another way. But
well, honestly, so did Victor Leak. He was diving out of bounds for the ball, assuming he had touched it last, but he will get possession. Lions up by 11, just 6 minutes in.
Strong pass over. Now a block.
And a late whistle comes in. They're going to whistle Alford right there. And that'll send the Wildcats to the line. First foul on the Lions. Imagine that, 6 minutes in, we only have 2 combined fouls. I doubt we'll reach our total of 62 that we saw on Thursday night.
Yeah, we have a whole different referee crew, so I think you're probably right.
2 very different teams. It's good.
Carlos Gary drops the first of 2.
Trying to bring this back to a single-digit lead as the Lions facing off against a tough Wiley defense. But again, like we said, they just keep on rotating until they find an open shot. They had the shot clock down to about 8 or 9 seconds, but eventually Oglesby was wide open, and he drained it from the corner.
Wildcats show a man-to-man defense. Oglesby shadowed by Travis.
Again, just in and out. on mark, just around the rim.
Gary. Jump shot off. Guidry looks ahead. He can take it all the way. Pass over to Walter. Strokes a three.
Foot was on the line, but it's no good either way.
On up ahead, no travel called. Victor Leak from Flower Mound, Texas, the senior, cuts the lead to 7. Good transition from defense to offense for Wiley on that missed shot from Walter.
Yeah, Lions,
and those long rebounds can lead to some quick points, Tim.
Because the Lions were pursuing too heavily on the offensive rebound, like they're taught and like they're so good at. Guidry somehow comes up with that.
Strong move from Oglesby. Takes it strong to the rack, lays it off the glass. Pushes the lead back to 9.
Oglesby drew him out with the pump fake at the three-point line, drew the defense out to him and just took it to him. That's off the mark, and Walter gets the rebound. Lions up by 9. Guidry and Adoy, right place, right time.
Good pass. Walter for 3.
Oglesby gets the rebound.
Fights for it and gets it. Reset the shot clock. Guidry looking for help. He's got Adoy. Oglesby with 1-3 already on the night. Guidry slices to the lane, throws up a floater. Bad shot. Wildcats will come away with it. But all 5 Lions back on defense in a hurry, Tim.
Very quickly.
Great.
They learned their lesson off the last basket. They hustled back and allowed no semblance of a fast break. Foul is going to come in here on Alford, I believe. And that's going to be his second foul. Send the Wildcats back to the line. Lions have 2 fouls, both on Alford. Lions are set to check in line 1.
Line 1 returning. It's like a hockey game, right?
After about 4 minutes. Lead stands at 9. First one is good from Leak. It's back in the game. Ford, Gentry, Rambo, Newellaway, and Deuce Ward.
At the line change, it was an 8-point lead. It remains an 8-point lead. So holding serve is the second unit for head coach Donnie Bostwick in his second year with the Lions. Victor Leak's second free throw is on the mark. 17-10, 11:39 remaining in the first half. Spread offense. Now Ward sets a high screen, gets the ball over to Gentry. Rambo, mid-range jumper. A lot of players skying for that rebound, Tim.
Yeah,
ball goes out of bounds.
Deuce Ward tips it out. Wiley plays a very aggressive, very hot defense. They just come after whoever has the ball. That can really fluster an offense, but as the Lions have already several times, it can also lead to finally finding that open man if you draw him out of position. That time it does result in a missed shot, though.
An alley-oop, monster one-handed jam from a guard, a 5'10" senior. Carlos Gary goes airborne.
The pass was well behind Gary, and he just went up and snagged that one, throws it through, and he has the home crowd buzzing about that one.
Even the home crowd is talking about that one. Reminiscent of that power one-handed jam we saw, which might be the play of the year a couple games ago between Rambo and Newellaway. Now here's Newellaway with the ball, out to Gentry, fakes the 3. Newellaway, mid-range jumper, short. And here come the Wildcats. Looking to cut into the lead even more. That shot no good. Newellaway will come with the rebound, 17-12. Lead is 5.
Rambo loses control of the ball. That's a 3 from Ford. Rambo's having some ball control issues early on. Definitely not what we're used to seeing from him.
Ford, strong move to the glass, and he is on. James Ford, the senior, is going to have a great game tonight. Already with 5 playing.
And
outstanding basketball.
Such a strong pump fake to draw the defense out, and then he just took the back door in.
A strong move to the hole, doesn't fall from Victor Leak. Gentry faked the three, back to Rambo. Looking for Ward, now back out to Noelaway. He can shoot from the three, just inside the three-point line. Shot is off. Wiley in transition, stops and pops, and in and out was Vangelis Christie. That was halfway down. At the other end, Gentry misses the wide open layup.
Well, he had,
slightly contested.
Yeah, he had strong pressure by Christie on the back end.
But a good look, doesn't fall. And finally a whistle out of bounds, and it's going to stay right here underneath the Lions basket.
Back into the game. Well, into the game for the first time is Tom Wamukota. He is 6'11" from Bungoma, Kenya. We were wondering when we were going to see him. When you see a player with 6'11" next to his name, you don't expect him to be on the bench for long, even if he is a freshman.
And he gets the ball right away. Passes it out to one of the guards who buries a three-pointer. That's Anthony Jackson, a junior from Austin, off the pass from Wamukota.
Cuts the lead to 4.
Ward, the high arching jump shot. Nothing but net. The other senior getting active on the offensive side for the Lions. The lead back up to 6. His first 2 points of the game. Ford comes away with the rebound. Rambo likes these spots, kicks it out to Gentry. Ward again, that one's going to be a bit short. Scrambling for the ball is Ford, unable to come away with it. 8:15 left in the first half. Tim, only 4 fouls called the entire 12 minutes of play so far. Until there's foul number 5.
Gentry goes up for the block on Wamukota. Gets called with the foul, though.
Gentry giving up 11 inches. Will send Wamukota to the line. Like I said, a freshman from Kenya. Try to cut the lead to 5.
Into the game will come Adoy, Alford, Guidry, and Walter. Rambo, the only remaining starter on the court. And now that you have Alford and Adoy out there, they'll be your big men trying to go up against, well, at 6'11", he registers in at 3 inches taller than any Lion on the court. He makes his second free throw.
Adoy's at 6'5", and Alford is at 6'8". Will contest against likely the 6'11" freshman. Guidry drives baseline, gets it to Walter in the paint. Back to Rambo. Walter for 3. He buries it. Jonathan Walter.
And that's how you avoid going inside the paint against a 6'11" freshman. Just perfect your outside game. Lions hit their 4th three-pointer.
How about the defense from Walter?
Rambo almost with the steal. Tips it out. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Rambo, your steals leader in the NAIA.
Just 3 points so far from Rambo. He'll have plenty more shots to look at as this game progresses. Now here's the 6'11" freshman, gives the ball up to Hunter, who delivers for the Wildcats. The 17-footer is good. The lead back to 6.
Collision, Rambo comes away with the ball. Rambo tries to split in, won't happen. Guidry fast back on defense. Layup is good though.
Yeah, Rambo just smothered with a double team.
Yeah, trying to get through Wamukota. Lost control of the ball. Rambo has not been taking care of the ball as well as we're used to seeing him. has a couple of turnovers. Inside to Adoy.
Takes
Nice
care of the
look.
ball there. Takes care of a nice assist to Emmanuel Adoy.
Rambo does such a good job locking eyes with the defender, drawing them off, making them look at him, and finding the big man open in the paint. He does it with Nwelue at least 5 times a game, does it with Adoy there.
And there's that 6'11 frame coming down with the weak side rebound. That's why he's in the game. A strong move from Hunter, but a block from Ford, and a block forward on Wamukota, and a whistle. They're going to call it on Alford, which will send the freshman back to the charity stripe. Alford thought it was a clean block.
Well, he had the first block clean. The second block got a bit too much body on him. That's the 3rd foul on Ryan Alford in this game. Oh, that one just can't fall. When you're a 6'11 big man and you can't get that one to fall, that was just frustrating. Obviously, it's just for some reason more difficult to shoot free throws when you're almost eye to eye with the rim. And he almost gets that one to fall. He's 1 for 3 on the game now.
And Maurice Oglesby checks in for Alford.
Second one is also
just
off.
3 straight free throws. Gets his own rebound.
If you're Lions, you don't want to let that happen. That's a bad time to give up an offensive board when you've escaped without giving up a free throw.
Christie drives the lane. Strong move. Whistle, bucket, good. And Vanderus Christie will try to convert a 3-point play and cut the lead possibly down to 3. That's the first foul on Emmanuel Adoy.
Wiley not going anywhere after trailing by as many as 11 points. Chance to make it a 1-possession game. Whistle comes in. There's been a lane violation on the Lions, so it's good either way.
Guidry, nice quick move there, stutter step, but now in trouble. Back out to Rambo. 20 in the shot clock. Strong move, does he get the whistle and the roll? Yes, he gets the whistle and the roll. Send him to the line. Rambo with his 5th point on a beautiful slice move through the basket.
Rambo just disappeared into a wall of purple jerseys. All you saw was his hand going up, somehow converts that layup. Trying to respond with a 3-point play of his own.
He has another gear, Tim. It's just a speed of which I'm not familiar. To quote what Bobby Jones said about Jack Nicklaus, he's just got an extra level.
Wamukota will take a seat while Joshua Wessel steps in. That's a surprising move because the Lions have definitely struggled on offense since Wamukota came in. We saw definitely a different gear because of just having to face that imposing 6'11 frame inside, but he does take a seat. And Rambo puts the Lions up by 5, missing the free throw.
And Rambo has struggled all season long from being consistent at the foul stripe. And the shot clock did not start, so they're going to reset with 32 remaining. Referee caught that, stopped play. We'll put 32 on the shot clock. Wiley will keep possession of the ball. And now a trap, a quick trap from, as they've switched to a man-to-man. An unexpected quick trap for the Lions, but Wiley able to handle it. Now with 12 on the shot clock.
Just flings it up. Vanderus Christie tosses up the jump shot, lead back to 3.
Walter wide open for 3. Yes, sir! Jonathan Walter, top of the key, extends the lead back to 6.
Great job by Walter, just forcing himself to be open.
And now a quick foul on Walter. Don't want to see that. Really excited, aggressive about the shot, and a little too antsy. Reaching for that ball and called for over the back.
Ward, Gentry, and Nwelue step in the game. Oglesby and Adoy will go to the bench, as well as Guidry.
And this is essentially your standard starting 5 back into the game for Coach Bostwick.
Well, we've seen it right at the 4:54 mark. So again, every 5 minutes or so, Lions proceeding to put out a new line.
Nice move to clear some space, but not a good shot, but an offensive board and strong side, and delivering is Joshua Wesley for Wiley College. 31-27. Ward over to Gentry. Drives to the paint. Jump step. And a whistle.
Fouled. And that's a fortunate call for Rambo. That comes against for Gentry. He had jumped, didn't find an open man, and was trying to find a way to get rid of it before he'd be called with the travel. But the foul comes against Wesley. Quick inside to Walter, but he can't make it fall. Good.
Yeah, his body's moving forward too strong, Tim. There's just too much momentum. And that ball went along with him. Too strong off the glass. There's a scramble off the glass, and Gentry comes with it near midcourt. And a power one-handed bounce pass looking for Rambo. The angle was just too low, and Rambo couldn't dig down and pick it up.
Yeah, that's one of those bounce passes you want to get a little bit more of a bounce on it. Instead, it's more of a skip. Rambo could not get to it. Lions had some uncharacteristic turnovers on bad passes.
And here's the trap again from Gentry and Rambo out top. Wildcats able to weather that storm. And
Walter
the back rejection, but straight over to another shooter in the corner who delivers. That is Christie again off a block, off a Carlos Gary shot. Walter's rejection landed right in the hands of Christie. Was waiting in the wings and just drained a three-pointer. Well, let's go now down to courtside to Tyler Marie Evans. Tyler, take it away.
You tell me when. You're in charge.
Thanks, guys. Here I am with our very own faculty member, Dr. Clancy Hayes. Now, you've been to so many of these games. You're certainly no stranger to the court side. How do you feel about our men's basketball team making history this season?
I think it's fantastic, but first I want to compliment you on your fingernail polish. It is fantastic. But this has been one of the greatest seasons. The coach is doing a great job, and I think it's really fantastic.
Now, who's your MVP for the team?
You know, my MVP is President Bridges because he allows us to play basketball. But beyond that, I really like Caleb Gentry, and you can't overlook Dominique Rambo. So I think there's at least 3 MVPs for this team. But I think you may be the greatest MVP.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome.
This is Tyler Marie reporting from the stands. Back to you, Robin Tim.
All right, Dr. Clancy Hayes.
All kinds of MVPs.
The Lions, with their lead trimmed down to 1, needing to find an answer to an aggressive Wiley team. Foul is going to come in against Joshua Wesley.
Good inside pass from Noelaway to the sliding Ward, who was fouled going up. Will go to the stripe to try to push this lead back to 3.
Lions open this game up very strong, but Wiley not going anywhere. Crucial game for their postseason hopes. Ward hits the first. They're in a fight to beat Langston, to outlast Langston on their way to the tournament. Langston will be playing Jarvis later on this evening.
Second free throw is good. Got that high arch. A lot of space for that ball to fall through the hoop. All you young players out there watching. Good release, good arch from the Ward.
Easy inside, but just too strong on the layup. Victor Leak did a great job just splitting through the defense. Walter again, he's having a big night. Doesn't hit that one though, barely grazes the rim. Knocks it loose though.
Second chance, he'll put that one through.
He knocked it loose up towards half court, where Noelaway was able to pick it up and dished it right into him.
An unintentional cherry picking play. Sometimes it just happens. Still back near the basket, awaiting the pass. Near midcourt, puts it in, and now putting it in. The Wildcats.
Vandaris Christie, good follow through. Missed the layup and just followed his way to the basket. Gets the tip in, and with 2.5 left, Lions lead is just 3.
3 ball from Rambo, hits the front edge of the rim, collapses right to the arms of Wiley, Wildcat defender. And a 3 ball here will tie the score back up at 35. Inside pass, strong move inside. Shot no good from Jamal Jackson. Gentry, strong move to the hole. An outstanding play from Gentry. Now here's a slip from Rambo. Up and under, gets his own rebound. How about that fight? Out running, out jumping 2 defenders, Jackson and Jackson. is Rambo taking over.
Gets the steal, misses the layup, and like I said, he had Jackson out of position because he had to bite on the defense. And so Rambo picks it right back up and gets the second attempt. Foul called here on the Wellaway.
And we got him with the body. That'll send Christie back to the stripe. But what a couple quick points from Gentry and then Rambo on the steal.
Rambo with a great job.
Or on Gentry and then.
Gentry with a great job coming in, jumping, sticking, and just changing position, changing direction in a second to get the easy layup. First free throw, no good. Wiley struggling from the line tonight. They're down by 7 as we are now at a minute and a half left. The Lions have just committed their 7th foul, so every foul will result in free throws, but fortunately for them, there's just 93 seconds to go in the half.
Rambo jumped over the 6'5" junior who has him by 7 inches and then probably by about 50 pounds. So let's throw in there the other Jackson, a 5'8" junior, and just a heads-up play from Rambo. He'll remain in the game. Guidry checks in, Adoy checks in, and Ford checks in. Guidry works on Jackson. Adoy needs some help, likes to shoot it. Jones with a monster rebound, up ahead in transition. Here come the Wildcats. He's got the 6'11" freshman with a bad pass. Ford now in transition.
Another attempt to get the alley-oop dunk, but that was just a bad pass. Rang off the front of the rim. Creating space. Noelaway at the top of the key, so just off.
Stops and pops, and good is Anthony Jackson, junior from Austin. Cuts the lead to 4, and now a timeout. A whistle. Timeout from the referees. We'll see what's. Could be another scoreboard issue, scoreboard malfunction. I'm not sure yet.
They're just discussing where the clock should be. The clock had to stop based upon the fact that the ball was bounced away from the inbounds line, so they will have to just reset it to, I believe, right at.
I think we said 44.
43.8 or 44 seconds, give or take a millisecond. So it is a straight 44 remaining on the clock now. Lions will inbound with an 8-second differential between game clock and shot clock.
Rambo drives left side, blocked by Jones.
Dominic Jones goes
up ground.
Wiley with the way to end this half on a big note. Jones is blocked, and it's a jump ball. The possession arrow is in Wiley's favor, though. When the ball gets stuck on the rim like that, it is officially ruled a jump ball. But a great block down low. Wiley will retain possession, though. Shot clock off, down by 4.
Don't want to foul here. We'll keep it right here underneath the Lions basket. "20 seconds on the nose remaining in the first half. 39-35. Lions up by 4. Now 10.
And a 5-second call. And so the Lions force the turnover, 9.7 remaining. They will get to have the last shot. And this would be a nice time to end the half on a buzzer beater when you have seen Wiley rally back and just hang very tight with you. Clock down to 8. Rambo takes it.
3. In and out, but offensive board from Noelaway. 1 second left. He gets the roll! How about that? Finish from the Lions to push the lead back to 6.
Very big for Mike Noelaway. Following up, Rambo trying to take the NBA range 3. Noelaway pulls down the rebound. Has the presence of mind, doesn't just go back up with it. He has 3 seconds.
Recollects.
Dribbles once, sets his feet, goes up strong off the board. And the Lions have a 6-point lead going into the half.
Well, they jumped up to a 7-0 lead just a few minutes in, so essentially from about the 3-4 minute mark, it's been a dead heat since then. Now down to 6 lead, but both teams really playing well in spurts, and credit the Wildcats for hanging tough here in hostile territory.
Well, both teams playing very well in transition offensively. The Lions, as usual, just doing a great job finding it to the big men down in the paint. But the Wildcats also in transition, just doing a great job of getting through the stingy Lions defense, finding some quick open jump shots, doing a good job pulling down offensive rebounds. Of course, they are the number 2 team in the nation in offensive rebounds. Let's go down to courtside now, where Bianca is standing by with assistant coach Garrett Jones. Bianca?
Thanks, guys. Now, Coach, we are watching some outstanding basketball game tonight. They are playing hard. They are playing fast. How important was it that we took the early lead?
Yeah, our crowd was great. We wanted to make sure we got out and got a quick lead. You give these guys confidence, they're capable. So.
Right off the bat, we started with a full court press. Was that already the strategy going into tonight's game?
Yeah, we wanted to speed them up a little bit. You know, sometimes they play fast already, but if you speed them up more, sometimes they get going too fast. But we got to make sure we get back on defense and rebound.
Thanks so much, Coach, and good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Bianca Alarcon reporting live from the court. Rob and Tim, back to you.
Welcome back to halftime here. Then we'll be back with a quick analysis after this break. First half stats, first half analysis. Stay tuned. You are watching NAIA basketball right here on Sagu Sports Live. Welcome back to halftime here. Your score 41-35 in favor of the Lions, looking to win their 17th straight and to clinch the Red River and clinch an automatic berth in the NAIA. A lot at stake. You said earlier it's really the most important game of the season, and right now up by 6, but you said you're kind of nervous about this game.
You can feel the edge in the stadium right now just because the Wildcats are a fast team. They can run with you all game long, and we already saw earlier this season that Wiley, down by 10 with 6.5 left, still had plenty left in the tank to rally back, outscore the Lions by 12 and retake the lead. So this is not a team that you are comfortable with a 6-point lead. You like the way the half ended with the buzzer beater layup from Mike Noellaway, but this is a team that's not going anywhere. Like many teams we've seen all year long, they're not going to go anywhere. They're playing for their postseason lives right now. They're playing to knock off the number 1 team, and they are playing very well right now.
It's the best 15-13 team that you'll face probably all year in the NAIA. This is a very strong team, losing just by 2 points. Remember this back in January. Tough win the Lions had to pull out. So, but looking at the Lions players, we talked about the 2 seniors, James Ford and Deuce Ward. Ford with a big 3-pointer early, finished with 5 in the first half. Ward more quiet offensively, just 3 points, but making his presence felt on the defensive boards. And then Rambo, a few uncharacteristic turnovers.
Yeah, he seems to be playing a little bit more loose, just kind of, and again, you don't want him playing stiff by any means. He plays loose, that's his style, but he's playing a little bit loose with that ball. He's had a couple of balls trickle away from him that have resulted in turnovers, some bad passes from Gentry. So Lions just playing a little bit loose right now. They came off a grueling 2.5-hour game against Arley Lake just on Thursday, so fatigue might be a slight factor in this game for them. But nonetheless, they've done a good enough job to lead by 6 at the moment. Fight back after Wiley was able to cut it back to 31-30. So this is a 1-point game at one point, and Southwestern's done a good job of fighting back since then and getting the baskets when it matters to kind of curb any momentum.
What are you seeing with the big men for the Wildcats? You've got Wesley, who made his presence felt early on. He's the senior from Houston, and then off the bench, Wamakota, the 6'11" freshman, making some damage offensively and defensively.
Wamakota's the tallest player we've seen come in the Schaefer Center this year, so their height is definitely a factor. It makes the Lions adjust on defense, on offense, the ways they're not used to.
Just the wingspan you have to respect.
You have to respect that. You have to play the corners more now. They've had a decent 3-point shooting day, much better than they have been in the past, but you see them really having to adjust the way they play, and since Wiley plays such a fast-paced, in-your-face defense, aggressively attacking any ball carrier, that it really is just one of those things where you get the extra height in there. That's a big advantage in Wiley's favor. It also leads to offensive rebounds, and it leads to some dominance on the offensive end. You just plant that one guy in the middle, you can't leave him alone. It's an easy pass inside, so that's leaving some guys open on the wings for jump shots. So Wiley's height is definitely a factor to consider in this game, that they do outmatch the Lions on that side of the ball, no question.
Lions on pace to perhaps just exceed their scoring average. They averaged 77 at 41. Now they give up 68. They've given up 35. So, and again, for Wiley College, they score almost 80 points a game, held to just 35. So for that matter, you can credit the Lions defense. And Wiley does give up nearly 79 points a game. So they're on task with their defensive average.
Yeah, so it's kind of playing out the way the Lions would imagine it to play out. They want this to be kind of a low-scoring game. They know how to win them ugly. They've done it a lot. They know how to win them close. So this is definitely playing out the way the Lions are okay with it playing out. Let's go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have some first half stats for you, and we'll have the second half right here on Second Sports Live. All right, well,
welcome back to halftime, and score 41-35. Got some stats down to share with you on the Wiley side. Who's our leaders?
Well, your leader right now on scoring is Vandaris Christie with 13 points. He only averages 12.6 a game, so he's already eclipsed his game average here in the Schaefer Center. Total, the Wiley Wildcats have pulled down 25 rebounds. 8 of those are offensive. They are the second leading offensive rebounding team in the nation. Overall, they're shooting 41%, so a tick above what the Lions usually allow. So they're kind of beating the average there, and that's one of the reasons they're hanging tight with the Lions. 2 blocks from this team, 1 from Dominic Jones and 1 from Carlos Gary. Not necessarily the biggest players on the court, surprisingly, but the big men kind of helped force those blocks. So you see that Devin being a factor. And all, they only had 3 turnovers in the first half. So Wiley keeping the turnover margin amount very low on their end. What do you see on the Lions?
Well, leading the way is Mike Noella with 8 points. Also off the bench, typically not off the bench, but Walter also with 8. So, but how about 7 assists for Dominic Rambo? Turnovers, just 2 turnovers. So you got to like the ratio there. Offensive boards, 9 for Sagu, 19 defensive boards. No players in foul trouble, so I just look for Ford to have a good game. I look for Deuce to pick it up. And good to see Walter coming off the bench, now tied to the scoring lead with the high-flying Mike Llewellyn.
Yeah, sometimes bringing a player off the bench can just kind of change the dynamics of what they do. Walter's been kind of cold from the three-point arc for the past few games, but bringing him off the bench, he's definitely performed much better. So the Lions have definitely, like I said, we've said this a lot all year long, they've done what they had to do to be where they are. When you see it right there, the magic number is 1 for the Lions. And there's just 20 minutes left in this one, barring, overtime or whatever, but at the moment, it stands at 1. They win this game, they are in. We've been watching that closely for a few weeks now. We've been looking at this game as potentially being that game, but we weren't sure until a few weeks ago when Our Lady of the Lake upset LSU Shreveport down in San Antonio. That's what the Lions had to have happen for them to be able to clinch at home. Otherwise, it would have come down to them against LSU Shreveport. So, and there's, of course, that last game is Sagu at LSU Shreveport. We told you before, but we'll tell you again. Sagu Alumni Department is hosting a watch party. So if you're in the Shreveport area, do not hesitate to watch these Lions. If you haven't had a chance to watch them this season, if you're on the road, got to check them out. Go to sagu.edu/alumni for more information to RSVP. That'll be 7:30, Monday, February 25th. The Lions do not clinch today. That'll be the de facto regular season championship. If they do, well, then that's just the victory lap through the dock, essentially, before they come back home. Next Friday, March 1st, will begin the Red River Athletic Conference tournament here at home.
And if the Lions do finish first, they'll tip off at 4 p.m. If they finish second, they'll tip off at noon. Now, question for you, Tim. Should the worst case scenario happen, if the Pilots come back and actually go on to win the conference somehow and Lions finish second, can we still get, in your opinion, an at-large berth into the NAIA tournament?
I mean, the dynamics would be interesting if that happened. That would mean the Lions lose the last 2 games, so you definitely see a drop in the polls. They would have to fight their way through the Red River Conference tournament. Your guaranteed thing would be either winning that or losing to LSU Shreveport in the championship game. That would give you an automatic berth. I think this team is definitely on line for an at-large, though, if they do not clinch. So, in my opinion, they should be safely entrenched in the national tournament, but there are no sure things in sports, so you want to clinch today.
That's a sure thing right there with a foul, with Rambo taking it strong to the rack. He's been doing it all night long, and he'll go back to the line.
He went down hard, and he is wincing. He's trying to shake that one off, as he definitely went up very strong. Couldn't quite convert, but he will go to the line. That foul coming against Omar Travis.
And starting 5 back out on the court for the Lions. So Ford beginning the second half of play. First free throw is good from Rambo. James Ford with 5 points in the first half. Deuce Ford, the other senior, with just 3. Second free throw off the mark. Here comes Wiley. Lions in that pesky man-to-man defense. Ward is on Wesley. Jones, high arching jumper right over Ford.
And he has
Jones has got 4 inches over James Ford, and those long arms gives him a good look, Tim.
And Jones just had such a good quick pop release right there. Just goes up and does not give you time to eye the ball and make a play on it. His arms extends very quickly, and he's extremely accurate.
Noella wants to take his man, pops it off to Ward. He's got 4, he's got 5 now.
Quickly up ahead, though, to Jones. Definitely are not going to be walking back on defense against these Wildcats.
Wesley pops out, over to Jones. Fakes right, jumper, gets his own rebound off a ball that landed on the ground, and Noella just rejects the shot attempt from Dominic Jones, who got his own rebound a moment before, drove through the paint. Noella,
yeah, timed that.
Said no thank you.
Yeah, timed that one out perfectly. Just eliminates that one.
Christie starting the second half for the Wildcats. Inside to Wesley. He backs down to Wellaway, loses the ball as he's going up for the shot in the open court. Now here comes Rambo. Pops it out to Walter, drives baseline, skips it over to Gentry. Ward, he's got it! A 3-ball on the mark, and Ward suddenly has tied the leading scorers with 8. How about that shot from Ward, Tim? Nothing but the bottom of the net.
And Walter kicks it out, and Gentry comes up with it, but picked right back off.
Great anticipation by Gary.
Carlos Gary, but Rambo tips it away, and somebody's going to come up with it in a second.
Ends up, Carlos Gary gets the basket. A little behind the back pass, a little tip dive from Rambo, and the ball kind of moved around, and Carlos Gary ended up with an easy 2. Time out on the floor.
I'm trying to do some quick math here.
Okay.
I believe Deuce Ward has tried 2 3-pointers in the game before that one. So coming in before that 3-pointer, Deuce Ward was 5 for 27 on the year.
And now he's 2 for 2.
That is not his.
That's senior night, buddy.
That is definitely not his spot you're going to look at, but he drills it there. Lions up by 8. Good aggressive defensive possession there. Had a couple of good chances at a steal. Hey, we'll let you know about another big event that will be live broadcast, not by us though, the NAIA Tournament Selection Show. You can go to saga.edu/athletics for more information about that. At 7 p.m. on March 6th, they will be releasing the brackets, and obviously we are definitely hoping the Lions will be amongst those brackets. And if they clinch today, I would definitely estimate they're going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of a 2 or 3 seed, as they're the number 7 ranked team in the nation. So be sure and check out the SAGU Athletics page for more information on that. We'll also relay that information to you on the SAGU Sports Live Facebook page, so be sure and like that. And we will let you know when and where to tune in for the live selection show.
And that will take place 2 days after the Red River Athletic Conference Tournament Final on Monday, March 4th, which will be brought to you right here on sagu.tv.
We'll be covering the Lions as far as they go in that tournament. As we've already mentioned, if they clinch the 1 seed, they'll be playing at 4 p.m. next Friday. Mark your calendars. Rambo.
Long 3. Off the mark. Christie. Works on Gentry. Back over to Travis. Plenty of time left. Going to be patient for the Wildcats. Try to cut into this 8-point lead.
Ball is lost.
He
somehow got back out.
Gary recovers the ball. Now 10 on the shot clock. High screen pick, 3-ball. Short in the corner. Walter gets the long rebound. Here come the Lions. Into Ward, he's got 8 with the hot hand. Gentry gets it back into Ward from the baseline. Deuce Ward on fire.
Dominic Jones' hand in his face. Deuce Ward just elevates above. He has 10 on the night, and the Lions have a 10-point lead. Loose ball, but the foul will come in.
You know, Tim, I really believe that players play better when there's something special extra on the line, such as senior night. You know, it's the last official home game, and you want to go out with a strong memory. This is your 4 years of playing basketball, if you've not transferred here, and Ward's been one of our most outstanding players ever to come through this school, and he just wants to finish on a high note for his teammates and for his fans.
Interesting set here. Adoy will step in for Mike Noelaway, and a foul is going to come in. Heard the slap of ball on ball, and Rambo is going to get called with his second foul in a row. Rambo can't believe it. He didn't feel like he was in the vicinity of that play. It looked like if anyone's going to get called, it was going to be Adoy. But Rambo picks up 2 quick fouls, and he has 2 on the game. Anthony Jackson to the line.
An odd rotation, but true. Right through the net, cuts the lead back to 9. Anthony Jackson, a junior from Austin, Texas, looks to cut the lead to 8. Gets the roll. And Guidry will check in for Gentry. The offense spread wide, only Adoy near the paint. As Lions look to isolate. Skip pass over to Walter for 3. Buries it! Jonathan Walter! Wide open shot, a good look. He can hit those all night.
Knocks down his 3rd of the game, and like I said, after struggling from 3-point range for a while, Walter coming off the bench tonight due to the start by senior James Ford. He's knocked down 3.
And out of bounds, right through the hands of Wesley. Turnover, Wildcats.
7 3-pointers by the Lions tonight after they managed, I believe, just 5 against Our Lady of the Lake. Up by 11. Oh, good steal by Carlos Gary, knocking that one away.
Guidry looking for Rambo. Lions are sticking this man-to-man defense, which has worked relatively well thus far because of Lions' speed. Very disciplined team defensively. And that one took about 2 seconds to roll down. And it does. Cuts the lead back to 9. Double team now, gets it back over to Ward. Guidry, quick pass to Adoy, a cutting dunk. Deuce Ward, who changes hands in midair, a la Michael Jordan, but not able to get the fall.
A foul is going to come in here as Deuce Ward coming in strong.
Southwestern foul number 21.
It looked like he was going to dunk that ball.
Looked like he was going to dunk,
and then he backed off, changed hands.
Well, he knew he didn't have the right vantage point to throw down the dunk, so he tried to change hands just a little bit too late. The foul will send Carlos Gary to the line. Lions up by 9. Just over 5 minutes into the second half. No good. Wiley's had some struggles from the line tonight. I believe that's their 6th or 7th missed free throw.
And one senior will check in for another senior as Ford comes back into the game. Just want to settle Ward down. He'll be right back in just a few minutes. He's playing an outstanding game in his final senior home game. 10 points already on the night.
Neither is good.
Ford's got 5.
Rambo trying to split the defense.
And he never lost his dribble. He was on his knees, sliding, stood back up, and still had his dribble.
And Anthony Jackson gets called with the foul, trying to stop. Gentry will step in for Rambo now. Rambo will take his first seat of the second half. Whistle, reset, and now Walter. Out to Guidry.
And he's double teamed. He needs help. Gets it to Adoy. Over to Walter. He'll try a three. Loose ball.
Great pursuit by Gentry, but he couldn't pull it down. Rebound goes to Wiley. They have stepped it up a notch on the defensive aggressiveness.
How about that move?
Adoy goes up high, can't get the block.
Anthony Jackson. Great spin move to his right. Lays it off the glass. Lead back to 7. Inside pass to Walter. He works on Travis.
Good
and
work.
He delivers.
Worked him back until he had a clear lane to the basket.
That's a guard.
Off the glass and in, lines back up by 9.
Guard forward, he plays both. That's a great post up from Walter. Now cutting inside, spinning around, jumping in and out is Gary, who's played a pretty good ball game tonight. Gentry, pump fake. Now Guidry, over to Ford.
Wiley will retain possession after that miss. Into the game for Wiley will come Eric Hunter and Victor Leak. So Leak, the 6'8" senior from Flower Mound, Texas, is back on the floor for Wiley. Sagu with a very interesting look right now. James Ford, Tyler Guidry, Jonathan Walter, Emmanuel Adoy, and Craig Gentry. I can't say we've ever seen these 5 players on the floor at the same time.
No, I don't remember either all season long. This is a new look to Coach Boschwick.
And a foul's going to come in on James Ford.
Usually in a combination like this, Rambo's in the mix somewhere, but Rambo's on the bench. So the only 2 starters are Gentry and Walter. The Ford, of course, starting tonight, but typically it's Walter the starter.
Jackson the 3, in and out.
Offensive glass, putback, foul will send Leak to the line. This lead could be back to 7, 13-12 remaining. Wiley is here to play and here to stay. Looking to keep that magic number at 1 for the Lions and keep their hopes for a postseason tournament alive here on the road at the Schaefer Center. Leak's first free throw is good. Guidry will step out. Rambo will come back in, and Newellaway will come in for Jonathan Walter.
Walter at 13 is the Lions' leading scorer at the moment. So coming off the bench, Walter,
well, it's like you said, sometimes it's a different time when you're coming into the game.
Changes the dynamics, and Walter is making the most of it. Second free throw is no good. The lead remains 8.
Rambo always looking to attack. Looking over Adoy. Taking 3 himself. Got it! Dominic Rambo looked Emmanuel inside, looked him off, shifted right, and drains another 3.
Just does such a great job of getting separation at the top of the key. It's not an easy thing to do, to make your man back off of you when he knows you're a good 3-point shooter. That's how good an assist man Rambo is. They have to respect that. No good, and Gentry comes up with it.
Nice move from Gentry. Now he loses the ball. Ball sails out of bounds, and so does Gentry. We'll see where the ball's going to stay. It's going to stay right here as Ward will check back in for Emmanuel Adoy.
Deuce Ward at 10 points on the night.
Eric Hunter will step out for the Wildcats. Into the game back is Carlos Gary. Now Ward will inbound. Inside to Ward. To Ford, now Newellaway. Everyone's touching the ball. Turnaround jumper. Gets the touch, shooter's touch from Mike Newellaway.
He elevates so high, he gives himself literally a second and a half to think about it while he's up in the air and analyze how to shoot. Newellaway, so pure from that range. Nice little jumper, but unable to go in. Stolen back by Jackson. Great pursuit on the ball by Jackson. It's stolen right back by Gentry.
Rambo off ahead.
Here we go.
Alley-oop. Oh, he missed it. And a follow-up. Who else? Deuce Ward.
It was Noella White cleaning up the missed layup by Deuce Ward the other night, and now Deuce Ward cleans up the boards as Mike Noella can't quite throw down the dunk.
And the crowd on their feet. They love what they see at the Schaefer Center. It's senior night as dominant as Deuce Ward having a powerful game off a missed one-handed jam attempt from Noella White.
And the Lions have pushed their lead up to 15, the largest of the game. Just around 11 minutes and 41 seconds remaining. They have opened up a 15-point advantage. Defensively, they're forcing the turnovers like we know they can. Offensively, looking so good on the fast break, shooting it better from three-point range. You've seen them shoot it in a while. They have 8 on the game. They are definitely putting in a very, very good effort right now as they are 11:41 away if they can win this one from the NAIA National Tournament.
Outscoring the Wildcats 20-11 here in the first 9 minutes of play. Up now by 15. Lions beginning to catch their stride, Tim, and this is what you want to see when the game is getting in that last fourth quarter, if you will, although it's been halved. We're down to the last 10-minute section in a few moments, and that's when you'll see the Lions at their best to put this team away.
So now they'll check back in as the Lions do have the original starting 5 on the court. They've had it back out there for a while. Coach Bostwick not just starting James Ford as a token thing. He has kept James Ford in as the original first 5 throughout this game. James Ford is not disappointed. He's hit some big threes and has been a great part of.
Well, he's happy, and Walter
around.
off the bench has got to be happy with his play tonight, Tim.
Walter looking very good off the bench, leading the team in scoring.
Christie was working on James there. James Ford now. Jump shot from the elbow, high arching shot, hits the shot clock, which is technically out of bounds, so that'll turn the ball back over to Southwestern.
Up by 15.
Noella can't move. He's got to stay still.
Up by 15. Noella calls timeout.
A timeout. You can't run the baseline unless it's a made basket, and wisely Noella didn't see anybody. About 3 seconds into that, he elected to call timeout. He might have had another second left, but he elected to just be safe and call timeout. No need to turn the ball over underneath your own basket.
Crucial juncture in this game for both teams. Lions opening up their largest lead. This is when you want to just be able to catch the momentum, at least hold it status quo and keep this lead where it is. If you're Wiley, you have found yourself, again, very competitive throughout the whole game. You're definitely still competitive at the moment, but you find yourself in that 15-point hole. There's still plenty of time left to come back, but you don't want to dawdle. You don't want to rest and relax and all of a sudden find yourself down by 20. So the Wildcats definitely needing to make a stand right here.
And the Wildcats going to a full court press here, looking to crack this armor. The Lions, Rambo in trouble. Triple team, the turnover, and laying it up and in is Jackson. I don't care how good of a point guard you are. When you're triple team, Tim, it's hard to advance the ball.
And a foul coming in here on Jackson, and he runs to the baseline. And he has a warning coming against him. So a foul and warning.
A warning on Gentry. A warning issued to Caleb Gentry, but a foul on Anthony Jackson for the Wildcats. So the Lions will get the ball back, but apparently too much conversation between Gentry and some other players, and so the referee issuing a warning to Caleb.
Well, Wiley
on that play.
Swarming on defense all of a sudden. They forced a turnover last time, and we haven't yet seen this aggressive full court press in the game, and it's already resulted in one quick turnover. Lions break it here, though, and Ward puts it in. That's what you got to do with a full court press. Shred it fast, don't give them time to get back on defense. Big man back on the paint. Easy layup.
Patient ball movement from the Wildcats. Now 12 on the shot clock.
just hanging around the perimeter.
Forward, try to pick it away. Wildcats still with the ball. Now mid-range jumper. Cycles around the rim about 4 times, and we saw that shot a moment ago. And it falls to the Wildcats to lead back to 13.
Good quick inbound by Newellaway. And he just takes it himself.
And lays it up.
No good.
Shot no good. Ford tried to grab the rebound. And instead of swan rejection off the Gary shot. Newellaway. Rambo inside to Ward. Skip pass over to Gentry. Now Ford. Now back to Gentry for 3.
Barry!
Yes, sir! Hondo! They call him Hondo, and he's hot from 3-point land.
And the crowd wants...
And now suddenly, don't look now, but we're 5 threes away from Buffalo Wild Wings. Free wings for everybody in the house, Tim. I'm getting hungry.
Well,
just thinking about it.
As usual, I'll remind the fans there's much more important things on the line. But hey, I can appreciate the encouragement. Lions definitely doing a great job from the 3-point arc. Back up by 16 now.
Scrappy defense from Gentry out front. Denying the passing lanes between the guards. Now just 11 on the shot clock. Gentry, good defense. Offensive board though, and now the ball is still loose. And somehow still stays in bounds. Travis comes away with it.
Carlos Gary somehow saving that.
And a monster swat from Ward. In transition, Nolan pass to Newellaway. Now to Rambo. Reverse layup. Back up by 18.
Deuce Ward having quite a senior day. Crushes that block. And in transition, the Lions get an easy layup. 8:20 left, Lions up by 18. Foul coming against Gentry here.
He just tried to pickpocket Gary and whistled for the foul on that one.
Into the game will come Guidry, Walter, and Adoy. Gentry will head to the bench, as well as Ford and Newellaway. 8:13 remaining on the clock. The Lions have opened up their largest lead of the game. 18 points. Deuce Ward is currently your leading scorer at 14.
Here's the freshman from Kenya. Nice turnaround.
Wamakota. And
yeah.
And if he jumps up and extends his arms, I don't think there's anybody that's going to plan on blocking him.
Very unlikely.
Now foul coming against Wamakota. Push against Adoy. So Wamakota will draw the foul. That'll be the 5th foul against Wiley. Or check that, the 4th foul against Wiley on the half. Neither team in massive foul trouble. The Lions are at 6, so.
The senior from 19, no good. Gets his own rebound or a loose rebound. Way downtown is Rambo in a high rebound. Who wants it? How about Ward? Over to Gentry or over to Walter. Guidry will take a 3. He's got it. He started walking back like he knew he had it, and he did. Tyler Guidry with the 3 ball puts the Lions up by 19.
And that all started with the huge airborne rebound by Deuce Ward. Just elevating so high to grab that against the defender. Gets the offensive board, gets dished out to Guidry, who, yeah, you said, he let it loose and just started backing up. He knew there'd be no reason for an offensive board there. Lions up by 19. Ryan Alford will now check in.
Yeah, Ward asking to come out of the game, checking his shirts and get me out. I'm not sure, he needs a breather. He expended a lot of energy, that's for sure, Tim, on that last minute of play.
You're not going to see Deuce Ward ask to get out of the game very often, so.
He's got to be tired. And Tim, how unselfish is that? Here's a guy who's a senior on senior night, playing a great game, but knowing there's a whistle, a grab.
Coming against Walter.
What kind of unselfishness is that for him to say, you know what, take me out a minute. My exasperation may hurt the team. My body needs a break.
That's just a guy who plays on a team that is taught teamwork more than anything. To the line will go Wamakota. First one is no good. That was the 1-and-1. So Walter comes away with the rebound as we approach 7 minutes left in this ball game. 19-point lead for the Lions. You couldn't ask for it at a better time.
Another three. Stroking it is Tyler Guidry. He's all smiles as he backpedals down the court. Suddenly Guidry's got 6, a quick 6.
And the Lions are up by 22.
And now there's 3 more three-pointers, and this place is going to go crazy.
The Lions are up by 22, shooting it better from 3. We've seen them shoot it in a very long time. We haven't had wings in the Schaefer Center yet this year.
Rambo
Rambo
has a steal from Rambo. Looking through traffic. Guidry's got the hot hand. Back out to Rambo. He can hit the 3. He takes the 3. Crowd gasping with every shot beyond the arc now. Just 3 points away from 6 free wings for every player.
Walter
now
steals it.
Walter, he's
on
still
the
on the line.
Big rebound by Alford, but Kent brings it in. But Guidry gets the rebound. Just off. Under 6 minutes remaining now. Lions up by 22. They are 6 minutes away from clinching the Red River Conference if they can hold their largest lead of the night. Wiley better start moving if they want back in this one.
And a whistle and a block.
Foul coming against Adoy. That's going to be, I believe, that'll just be his 3rd foul.
Yeah.
3rd foul on Adoy.
Strong move to the right by Leak towards the baseline. Caught Adoy off balance. He'll go to the line. Stops the clock. More importantly for the Wildcats, at this point you're down 18. You need that clock to stop and get to the line as much as possible.
Gentry steps in for Rambo, and Llewellyn steps in for Adoy. James Ford is also coming in, and he will come in for Guidry.
Guidry, 2 quick 3s.
So now the Lions
gets a hand of applause from the crowd, mild hand of applause, as he sparked this lead out to 22. And number 22 is at the line. Victor Leak, a senior from Flower Mound, Texas. Good.
First one of the 1-on-1 is good. Now Deuce Ward will now come in for Ryan Alford.
Just needed a quick blow. He's back in again. Both seniors in the ball game. I would think they'll get as much playing time as conceivably possible from Coach Bostwick. Second free throw is good. Gentry sets up shop. Some mild pressure from the Wildcats. Nearing 5:30 remaining in the game. Ford
almost stolen away, but Gentry fighting for it. Scrappy, determined, fights for the ball, draws the foul.
Wow.
Eric Hunter gets called with the foul.
No shooting foul, just the 6th foul. Next one will put, or the 5th foul. The next one will put, next 2 will put the Lions in the bonus.
That's
and a whistle
reset
away from the ball. We'll just reset. I'm not sure what happened. Was it a shot clock? Didn't start?
It was the old start was pressed, but the shot clock never started. Walter, nice move inside, but can't get it in. Lions up by 20. Couple more defensive stands.
Christie
can take this
stops,
one home.
Pops. Long arms of Walter got a hand on it, but the ball ends up in the hands of Leak, who missed the shot. And here comes the Lions over in the corner. Gentry over to Ford. Drives baseline. Charge called on Ford. Aggressive move. And waiting for him is the 6'11" freshman from Kenya.
Yeah, Wamakota does a great job sliding inside, getting just outside the circle there, planting his feet and draws a good charge. Now Wiley, well, they're down by 20, less than 5 minutes remaining. If they want back in this game, it's going to take some big shots and some more big defensive stands like that right there.
Magic number at 1. Lions win this game. There's a good shot from Gary. If Lions hold on to win this game, they will clinch the Red River regular conference season play, the #1 seed in postseason play, and an automatic berth in the NAIA National Tournament.
Into Ward. Oh! And he just has to clench his fist in frustration on that one. He had the open dunk, missed it. Rebound saved by Vanderis Christie. He's had a very good game. Has 13. That leads the Wildcats. Lead is at 17, but the clock is running, and it is the Lions' friend right now.
Christie just inside the three-point arc, halfway down.
Wamakota comes down with it.
Gary now. Three-point shot from Hunter, no good. Ward will come away with the rebound, still a loose ball. He's hassled by Christie. Now Gentry looked at the three. Now left to Walter. Behind the back. Shifts over to Gentry for three. 2 more to go!
Gentry nails it from the corner. Lions back up by 20. There's 3 minutes left.
And a timeout on the floor, 3:03, up by 20. And on a side note, 2 more three-pointers. And everybody in the house gets 6 free wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, one of our proud sponsors here of Sagu Athletics, and hugs are happening around the court as Bostwick, sensing victory, applauding his players on an outstanding last 5-6 minute run, Tim.
And Coach Bostwick ready to put in the third line. That's who we had ready to set the check in before the timeout was called. So up by 20, 3 minutes left. You can start to sense it. You can start to feel it. There seems to be very little doubt left about it. The Lions are 3 minutes away from the NAIA National Tournament. And into the game for the Lions. Check them out. Clayton O'Neill, Ben Starks, Adam Martinez, Reed Bruder, and Eustace Norvalis. The Taco Crew, as we call them.
We are back.
Today they're the Wings crew, and if they can hold on and not give up too many points too quickly, they can be the crew on the court.
Okay, well, who
the Lions clinch?
Who are your three-point artists that you see on the court right now, Tim? O'Neill can hit the three.
O'Neill can shoot it. Martinez doesn't have a bad three-point shot. And Eustace Norvalis from Lithuania, they know how to shoot outside there. Fans feeling it. They're excited. The atmosphere is buzzing here in the Schaefer Center. 3 minutes remain. The clock ticks under.
Drive to the basket and a whistle on Eustace Norvalis.
He quite notoriously fouled out against Paul Quinn in just about 2.5 minutes. Well, he gets down low, plays some strong defense there, and draws a foul 11 seconds into his venture today. First free throw from Vanderis Christie is good.
What a season this has been, Tim. What a fun season to cover here on Sagu Sports Live. This basketball team is one of the hottest teams in the nation, number 7 in the land, riding a 16-game winning streak. First place in the NCCAA rankings, and about to win an automatic berth to the NAIA tournament. Now a whistle. I don't think the shot clock started, Tim.
Another shot clock issue. Yeah, the Lions, well, since we've begun covering them in early January, they have not lost. We have not covered a loss. We have not posted about a loss on the road on Facebook. This team has been on an absolute tear. Like you said, they are one of the hottest. They have the second longest win streak in the NAIA. And here's the thing. They're going to be going into this tournament somewhere in the neighborhood, unless they get a couple of quick losses against LSU Shreveport in the first round of the tournament, as probably a 2 or 3 seed. 2 or 3 seeds don't go to tournaments to get bumped in the first round. Norvalis drains it.
You called it. You called it, Tim. Norvalis, the Lithuanian, puts the number at 1. The Wings' magic number is at 1. On a confident three-point stroke from Norvalis, and now the crowd wants it.
Ball's knocked loose. gathered in by Carlos Gary. Picked off by Starks. And he'll be fouled by Anthony Jackson. But as I was just saying, a 2 or 3 seed doesn't show up to a tournament ready to get bumped in the first round, hang their participation banner and say, oh, thank you very much.
Right.
They show up to win. And we've been talking so much about the Lions just getting there, just climbing the mountain and showing up, that it's worth mentioning that this team has more than just a puncher's chance to come home with this thing. They can hold a team to shoot 38% on any given night.
This could be O'Neal again. Oh, he's been the man.
But if you can hold them like that, if you can get the threes on task that they have tonight, when you've got Dominic Rambo, perhaps the most complete electric player in the NAI, offensively and defensively, as the foul comes against Anthony Jackson, that'll be the 7th, and will send the Lions to the line. But when you have a player like Rambo, when you have players like Gentry that play 110% above their talent level is supposed to allow them, diving for the ball, swatting it loose, this team is going to go to Kansas City, and they're going to go with a chance to just make this even more than just the best season that we've ever seen. It could be a championship season, in my opinion. Martinez will go to the line. He'll shoot the first of the 1-and-1. It's no good. Rebound pulled down by Jamal Jackson. We saw him some in the first half, but first time we've seen him in the second. Lions up by 21. Foul.
Christie will go back to the line.
And that comes in against Clayton O'Neal. Yeah, Banderas Christie will go to the line.
So the only drama left in the house is whether the 14th three-pointer will be hit. The Red River Athletic Conference first place spot will go to your Southwestern Lions, and they will clinch a berth in the NAIA tournament. Have the first seed in the Red River tournament, which begins March 1st here at the Schaefer Center. So congratulations to Coach Bostwick and his team on an outstanding season. All that's left now is wings. The people want their wings.
Starks to
Martinez.
Rims in and out. And the
It's
crowd.
the loudest the crowd's been all night. On a missed three-point shot from Martinez. Now a minute 24 left.
Norvalis backs back off.
Martinez over to Bruner. There it is! There it is! The people wanted wings, and Reed Bruner gives the people what they want. Wings for everybody!
What a way to close off the season. Clinching the Red River Conference Tournament Championship at home. Winning wings for the fans for the first time all season. It has not happened until the final home game of the season. This is how you end things off in style. Free wings for everyone in attendance.
How about that? Cold coming off the bench. He sits for most of the game, all but the last 3-4 minutes, comes in his first shot well beyond the three-point arc and drains it in style.
And the Lions,
the loudest cheer of the night for Reed Bruner.
59 seconds away from being the NAIA
Why
Red
not
River
one more?
Championship.
Why not one more? Sure, Ben Starks, the 6'5" forward, gets in the action.
If I had to write an ending, I would have written a Dominic Rambo three-pointer at the buzzer. If I had to write a second ending, I would have written this one. This is how you close off a magical season at home in front of a rowdy home crowd. You give them what they want. You give them a conference championship. You play a complete game in which you were definitely very evenly matched through the first 25, 30 minutes or so, but you just kept on fighting, kept on pushing, and are about to finish off a very complete game against a very solid Wiley squad. And for Wiley, they'll just have to watch the Langston game very closely tonight and hope that Jarvis can beat the Langston Lions so they can hold on to that 8th spot. Second free throw is no good as well. Lions pull down the rebound. O'Neal just gets it inside. Shot clock and game clock have a 1-second differential.
Norvalis likes the three. Bruner again. Slips over to Starks. Martinez back to Starks.
Norvelus
Norvelus cuts off a pass to Bruner. Here's Martinez, a high arching three. That one's going to go out of bounds. Norvelus cut off the pass intended for Bruner with about 15 seconds left on the game clock.
And we've seen some drama in the Schaefer Center this year. No drama through these last 15 seconds. Drive to the basket. It is good from Banderas Christie. But the Lions will hold on to win, as Martinez will split the middle.
Maybe one more three. Maybe an alley-oop dump.
Saved inside.
Instead of steal, and time will run out. And the Lions have captured the Red River Athletic Conference. Congratulations to the Lions. 86-67 win. A berth in the NAIA tournament. The first seed in that Red River tournament beginning March 1st. A great cap to an outstanding season.
Yeah, what a way to end it. 2 years ago, this team barely made their own conference tournament. They fought their way to the end, and they've now climbed up to the mountain with some of the best teams in the NAIA, and they'll be facing off against them in Kansas City. Fire up the barbecues. We're going to Kansas City.
There you see the graphic. The 2013 Red River Athletic regular season champions are your Southwestern Lions. And look at what's happening at half court here as the crowd gives their appreciation to this ball club and a magical season.
Well, we'll go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have all the post-game coverage of this amazing moment here in the Schaefer Center on SAGU Sports Live. And you see a mob scene at half court as the fans have taken the court. Fear the Mohawk, fear the Lions. They're going to Kansas City. They are ready to take on the NAIA. For the first time in program history, they have clinched the Red River Athletic Conference. And it was not necessarily the easiest of roads at times. The Lions, often considered the cellar dwellers of the Red River Athletic Conference, the punching boys, the team that you wanted to play. Well, now they are at the top, the #1 seed in their last season, ironically, in the Red River Athletic Conference. They take the crown, and they will be climbing the ladder right now to cut down the nets.
And they're about to cut down the nets right now, as you see.
David Leatherberry will go up first, the team chaplain.
Yes.
And we got to get some scissors in here, and here they are.
Got to have some scissors.
As the team is cutting down
How
the
about
nets.
that? That's been a sight we've been waiting to see in the Schaefer Center for quite a while, as David Leatherberry begins the procession, as everybody will take home a little piece of the nylon. Congratulations again to Coach Bostwick in just his second year here.
There's James Ford, the senior, taking the ladder.
He'll take his piece, and that'll go in his memorial book for the rest of his lifetime.
And let me tell you something.
And how about this guy right here? How about Deuce Ward?
Deuce Ward goes
our
to the
player
top.
of the game tonight. There he is. They're looking at tonight's POG, player of the game, Deuce Ward. A monster game, defensively, offensively.
And we've been hosting
all around great game.
We've been hosting the Red River Athletic Conference tournament for a long time here. So twice a year, girls and guys.
And how about this cheer for Dominique Rambo? Gotta be the MVP of this ball club this year, celebrating with the fans as he takes up his part of the nylon.
So twice a year, we get to see a team come in here and cut down the nets. You've seen it in the tournament every year, and the fans have always seen it, but now it's finally happening for the Lions. They're finally getting to pull out the ladder. They're finally getting to pull out the scissors. Caleb Gentry, the feisty, the determined. He's taking a cut, and they are pulling down the nets. And for once, it's the Lions who are holding their home court as the victors.
The defensive spark plug, I think, of the year, Caleb Gentry. Now here, up next, is Mike Newellaway. A handful of explosive, memorable monster jams, great defensive presence, a smooth shot from the outside as he hears it from the crowd. He'll be back for another year.
Everybody but minus Deuce Ward and James Ford will be back for another year. This is a team that is built to last. They aren't just here for 1 year. Rambo's going to be back. Noellaway's going to be back. Walter's going to be back. You're bringing back everybody. And in Coach Bostwick's second season, he has turned this team around. Last year, they were on the cusp. They were on the precipice. He felt it all year long.
Right.
And this year, they are the champions. And we can talk about so many moments on this court. We can talk about the game-winning 3 from Rambo. We can talk about the amazing rally against Langston, the gritty, hard-fought win against Our Lady of the Lake. Those were all amazing game moments, but I don't think any of them competes with what we're seeing right now. The fans staying around, cell phones out, as they are recording this unforgettable moment here in the Schaefer Center. Adam Martinez goes up there. It's such a complete team. And that's the thing, you can see every single player go up there, and all these players are recognized. All of these players have contributed on this season. In practices, they fought hard from day one. They've come onto the court and finished off games. They've knocked down threes to win the crowd wings.
Every player contributing for Coach Bostwick. In how he runs his ball club, he's got 3 distinctive units, and he requires and demands excellence from all 3. And here, a member of that 3rd unit, a big player who's delivered some clutch threes to deliver some tacos to a bunch of hungry fans. There he is, Clayton O'Neal, giving glory to the one above. And now tonight's perhaps most memorable shot came from this man right here, Tim. Reed Bruner.
Reed Bruner wasn't even, he was on the team essentially as a trainer in the fall. Stepped in this spring to join with the team, practicing hard, coming in, and he delivers the shot that, well, these fans are obviously happy for many reasons, but now they're even happier. Ryan Alford steps up.
A freshman, he is going to be a great player in the years ahead, Tim. Tall, lanky, quick, a 6'8" freshman. His brother also maybe playing with us next year. We'll wait to see how that pans out, but Alford contributed a lot, really most of the second half of the season.
Yeah, stepping in really to fill in on the second team. He was really a 3rd-team player in the fall, as he's having a little bit of trouble with the net there, but didn't have much trouble with the transition from 3rd team to 2nd team. Very strong. Really, him and Emmanuel Adoy became a very dynamic duo as the 2 big men on the 2nd team. And they were able to dominate to where you wouldn't even notice when you pull Ward and Noella away from the game, you fear, oh no, there go our big men. Teams can target us now. Adoy and Alford really did a great job to
Alford
fill in on that spot.
Finishes his cut finally. And now here from Lithuania, a crowd favorite, Hustis Norvalis, the 6'6" freshman from, help me, Tarajay, Lithuania.
Coming across the Atlantic Ocean. His first experience, obviously, with the American style of game is much faster, much quicker, but he has been able to bring his style in. And he gets a piece of a net in his first season. Last but not least on the squad, Ben Stark steps up. We've heard a lot about him from a lot of the fans. He's another, again, fan favorite. So many fan favorites among these players. The students here know him, they love him. They're personal guys, they're all amazing guys, and every last one of them has earned this. Maurice Oglesby will come up now. Also one of the players made a move to the 2nd team. He was very much a 3rd-string player last year, but he has stepped up, become a very critical part of this 3rd-string team, of that 2nd team. The net is down. He holds it up.
Oglesby gets the pleasure of bringing the entire remaining net down. The junior from Arlington, Texas, out of Zion Academy, puts a wrap on that cord-cutting ceremony. Congratulations again, and look forward to more action here at the Schaefer Center beginning March 1st with postseason Red River Conference play.
Yeah, and again, this is the moment we have been waiting for years. This is something we have never quite got to experience here at SAGU. You have young fledgling programs trying to make their best, trying to make their way through it all. And now we have it. We have a championship. We're on our way to the NAIA National Tournament, and we're there to compete. We're not there just to get bumped in the first round. The Lions are going to be there to compete and play hard the whole way. And just for good measure, they're going to go cut down the other net. Why not? You got to see him cut down twice and on yourselves with the tournament every year, might as well go cut them down twice as long as you're here. Bask in this moment, Sagu. This is something we're waiting for a long, long time.
In a few minutes, we'll be going to Bianca Alarcón, who will have our player of the game tonight, Deuce Ward. But let's talk first about this record, 19-2, Tim. Do you know that is hard to do in the Red River Athletic Conference, which is the toughest conferences in the nation? To go with just 2 losses is a huge achievement for our Lions.
Again, 1 through 8, they're just so strong, so difficult. I mean, you're playing the 8 team tonight. The first 25 minutes, you were in an absolute dogfight. So yeah, going 19-2, just dropping 2 games. One obviously the LSU Shreveport, one of the best teams in the nation, and Texas College, who at the time we're up around the top 15. Well, let's go down on the floor now to Bianca Alarcón, standing by with Deuce Ward. Bianca, take it away.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the one and only Nathaniel Deuce Ward. Now, Deuce, how does it feel to be part of a team that made history? I really don't think the game could have ended any better on you. It was just a magnificent game for you. We saw you jumping higher than we've ever seen. And they say that, you know, you play better when something's on the line, and that's how you did. How does it feel to be part of a team that made such a difference this year?
I mean, it's real important. It's real special. I love this team. Like, we got a brotherhood. We feel like we're brothers on the court. So we just don't want to let each other down, and we're playing for God, man. And good things just happen when you do it that way.
And going in, you guys are going to be going to Kansas City, going to into the NAIA. How does it feel already going into the game as champions?
I mean, it feels good. We're not done, though. We're not satisfied with what we've already accomplished. We're proud of each other. We're glad that we did it, but we set higher goals at the beginning of the year, so we're trying to get there.
You heard it here with player of the game, Deuce Ward. Robin, Tim, back to you.
Tim, final thoughts on the final game of a wonderful season. It's not over yet, but what are your final thoughts as you just look at the broad scope of how the season began and how it ended?
Well, again, the broad scope is that at the beginning of the year, this was the goal they set, go to the national tournament. They've achieved that now, but we saw about halfway through the year in the midst of this now monster 17-game run that this is more than just a win a conference championship year. This is time to go and get it. Let's go down to Bianca Alarcón again. She has co-head coach Donnie Boswick on the floor. Bianca, take it away.
Thanks, Coach. Now, just reflecting, this is only your 2nd year here, Coach, and you are making history. We're regular season champs. What does it feel like? What are the emotions running through your head?
I mean, I'm so graciously want to say how much I love my God. He just amazes me. You know, I want this wheelbarrow ride to last as long as he'll take us. You know, I really don't have much besides pointing to him saying, people, I got to understand, it doesn't happen without him. Things like this just don't happen.
Thanks so much, Coach. We're so proud of you and the team, all the work that you've done. You heard it here again, Coach Bostwick giving God all the glory. Robin, Tim, back to you.
Coach Bostwick has made a huge difference in this program in just his 2nd year. He's a proven winner from Oklahoma Wesleyan, from John Brown University, and we are blessed, and I mean that in every sense of the word, blessed to have this man at the helm for the men's basketball team here at Southwestern.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you feel the old cliche of, oh, you know, can a man of God, that strong a man of God be that good of a coach? Well, he is. Trust me, he rides on these guys. If you've been in these practice, he is not just some let's have devotions and pray together coach. He has all that, of course, but he is a strong coach, and you see the team there taking a team photo, and lots of cameras out, lots of phones out, the fans loving this moment, and this team should be very proud. They have risen to the occasion. They've risen to the top, and of course, Boswick wants to scissors now. He needs to make a cut. He's heading up there now. He wants to make a cut.
Yeah, as we watch from the monitor here, he's not done yet. So, well, that about wraps it up for our broadcast today. So for my partner Tim Roberts, for our sideline reporters Bianca Alarcón, Jessica Price, Tyler Marie Evans, our producer John Cookman, this is Rob Price saying so long from the Schaefer Center. Your final score tonight, 86-67. Red River Athletic Conference champions are your Lions. We'll see you back March 1st for Red River Athletic Conference tournament play right here at the Schaefer Center. Until then, may the Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace.